host this meeting, but 2 days before they host this meeting, they tell the world we are no longer taking dollars for oil going forward. You heard me right. The United Arab Emirates, who's now a BRICS member, part of OPEC, seventh largest producer in the world, no, we're not going to take dollars anymore. Now, it gets even more provocative than that. And that's a massive shot across the bow, right? Not as provocative as Saudi Arabia and all of OPEC saying we're done, but it's a big one. But what gets crazier in that, John, is that the day after the summit ended in Dubai, Putin, who hasn't left his country but once or twice in the last few years because of the Western bounty on him, flew in an impromptu meeting to the United Arab Emirates, flanked by 4 MiG fighter jets. And what did he have to say? Do you think he said, listen, we see what they did to Gaddafi and Hussein, don't worry, we've got your back? I don't know. And then he goes right from there to Saudi Arabia. And after he leaves Saudi Arabia, OPEC announces a 2 million barrel, not one, they increase it to 2 million barrel a day decrease in oil production. So my point to you is simply this, that we are accelerating the pace at which these countries are uniting. Now, as of January 1st, the 5 countries that you mentioned, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are now 10. And that would be Ethiopia, Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, 20 other countries have formally applied. And, you know, I could go through them all. It would take a minute or two. But the one key characteristic with every one of the countries that have formally applied, I'll read the list quickly here, and I'll omit what I want to talk about in terms of the traits of each one of these companies, and I'll capsulize it. Countries: Afghanistan, Algeria, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Cuba, Ecuador, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Pakistan, Senegal, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Thailand, Turkey, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, and Venezuela. In every single case, every one of these countries have 2 things in common, 1 or 2. One, for sure, is they are very, very rich in natural resources, from rare earth metals to precious metals to all sorts of commodities that the world will need moving forward. And 2, they are key choke points in terms of shipping lanes and routes. If all of these countries sign up, which they formally applied, they will control the Red Sea, they will control the Straits of Hormuz, they will control the majority of these strategic shipping lanes. And it's a very, very big deal. 20 other countries have informally expressed interest, including Mexico. So you have potentially another 40, if not more, countries that will become part of this BRICS alliance by October of 2024, as the meeting moves and as the presidency moves from South Africa formally to Russia. Another thing about the BRICS is that they share the presidency. Each year, the presidency moves. There isn't one voice here. And I think that's the whole premise of these countries, is